day long. The flower pot man. The flower pot man. The flower pot man.
Gardens Got Talent. It was a beautiful autumn morning in the garden. Bill and Ben had just woken up from a good night's sleep and were ready for another day of fun. "Good morning, you two," said Weed. "What have you got planned today?"
Flobber don't know,
said Bill. Flobber no clue, said Ben. The Flapperman didn't have anything planned, but Weed had thought of something. "Oh, why don't we have a talent show?"
Oh, Flobber Lobber Talent Show,
said Bill. "Flobber Lobber Talent Show, Flobber Lobber Talent Show," sang Ben. "Whoa!" Flobber Lobber Talent Show. A talent show is an event in which participants perform the arts of singing, dancing, lip-syncing, acting, martial arts, playing an instrument, poetry, comedy, or other activities to showcase skills, explained Weed. Many talent shows are performances rather than contests, but some are actual contests. In the instance of a contest, participants may be motivated to perform for a reward, trophy, or prize of some kind.
Whoa! Hey! Flobber Prize! Whoa!
cheered Bill and Ben. "Go and tell everyone about the talent show in case they might be interested," suggested Weed.
Flobbered, of course,
said Bill. "Flobber right away," said Ben. With that, the flower pot men jumped out of their flower pots and ran off to tell their friends about the talent show. Later on, Bill and Ben had gathered up all the contestants for the talent show. There was Slowcoach, Pry, Boo, Tad, Whoops, Scamper, and Whimsy. They were all very excited. "Okay, everyone, listen up," said Weed as she clapped to get everyone's attention. "Bill and Ben told you about the talent show, right?"
That's correct, they did,
said Slowcoach. "Good," said Weed. "Now what you must do is show me something you are really good at, and the winner gets this." She took out a gold cup, and everyone looked at it in admiration. "Yes, beautiful, isn't it?" said Weed. "Now off you go and practice and be back here by tonight." "Why?" said everyone. Bill and Ben decided to practice their talent in the shed, but there was just one problem. They didn't know what their talent was. Flubber talent, wondered Ben.
Flobber don't know,
said Bill. Then he had an idea.
Flobber magic!
He decided that he and Ben could do some magic tricks. They were bound to win the prize. "Flubber, good idea, but Flubber never done it before," said Ben. Neither he nor Bill had done magic before.
Flobber practice. Flobber magic kit in the cellar.
Bill said that they better practice if they wanted to do well in the talent show, and that the most likely place to find a magic kit would be the cellar. So the flower pot men went there. Bill and Ben were in luck, because when they got to the bottom of the cellar slide, there was a magic kit right in front of them. "Aha! Flubber of a magic kit! Hee!" said Ben.
"Shh! Flobber Dimsy practicing,"
said Bill. He guessed that Whimsy was planning to play one of her musical cobwebs for the talent show and didn't want to be disturbed. So the flower pot men made their way back to the shed to practice their magic. Soon Bill and Ben were back on the workbench and had everything laid out. There was a small table and a big box. Bill was wearing a big top hat and purple cloak and holding a magic wand, while Ben was sitting on a flower pot as he was being a practice audience.
"Flobber, ladies and gentlemen, Flobber magic,"
said Bill. "Whoa! Flubber Bill!" said Ben as he clapped his hands. Bill bowed to Ben and put 3 balls on the table and spread them out in a straight line. Then he took out 3 small cups and placed them over the balls, covering them up. Then he waved his magic wand and tapped the cups with it one by one.
Flubber-abra-cadabra,
said Bill. He lifted up the cups one by one. Under the first one was a pebble. Under the second one was a feather. But there was nothing under the third one.
Huh? Floored up a third item, wondered Bill.
Then an egg landed on his hat and splattered all over it.
Oh, flubber-there-it-is, said Bill.
From a magical comedy, laughed Ben. Bill tapped his hat with the magic wand before taking it off, revealing that the 3 balls were on his head. Then he wiped the egg yolk off his hat with a handkerchief.
Flubber-dub,
said Bill. Woo, woo, woo! cheered Ben.
Flubber-thank you,
said Bill.
Flubber, your turn, Ben.
Flubber righty-ho, said Ben. He stood up, and Bill gave him the wand, cloak, and hat. Bill sat down on the flower pot, and Ben put on the hat and cloak and pointed to the big box with his wand. Flubber-dubber volunteer, said Ben.
Oh, Flubber, me,
said Bill as he raised his hand. Flubber, you, sir, said Ben. Bill stood up and walked over to Ben, who opened the box that he had to step in. Flubber, step in the box, and flubber-dubber vanish, said Ben.
Flubber-dokey-dokey,
said Bill, and he stepped into the box. Ben closed it and waved the magic wand. Flubber-abra-cadabra, he said. Ben tapped the box with the magic wand, opened it, and saw that Bill had vanished as planned. Flubber, where did he go? He gasped. Bill had been magic to the South Pole and was shivering from the cold.
Flubber-dubber silly Ben,
he said, as 2 penguins waddled past. Back in the shed, Ben said, Flubber-abra-cadabra, and tapped the box with the magic wand. He opened it up, and Bill had reappeared. He stepped out of the box, relieved to be out of the South Pole.
Phew, Flubber back,
sighed Bill. He and Ben were proud of their magic and felt like they were ready for the talent show. Woohoo! they said. Soon night fell, and it was time for the talent show to begin. All the contestants were lined up next to Slowcoach's house. This is going to be a great talent show. I just know it, said Weed. Okay, so can the first contestant please step forward? Slowcoach picked up a lettuce leaf with his mouth and walked over to Weed. Good evening, Slowcoach. What will you be doing for us tonight? said Weed.
Good evening, Weed. I will be eating this lettuce leaf very fast, said Slowcoach.
Woo! Okay then, Slowcoach. When you're ready, said Weed. Slowcoach licked his lips and ate the lettuce very quickly. When he finished, he was completely out of breath, and everyone clapped and cheered for him.
Thank you very much. That wasn't easy, I can tell you, he said.
Very well done, Slowcoach, said Weed. Now you go and rest and watch the other contestants.
Thank you, Weed,
panted Slowcoach. He moved to one side, and Scamper stepped forward from the queue. Good evening, Scamper. What will you be doing for us tonight? said Weed. Good evening, Weed. I will be juggling these nuts in the air, said Scamper as she took out a hoard of nuts. That sounds great, said Weed. When you're ready, start juggling. Scamper started juggling the nuts, and everyone was amazed. When Scamper finished juggling, everyone clapped and cheered for her. Well done, Scamper, said Weed. Very well done indeed. Thank you, Weed, said Scamper. Thank you very much. And she went to join Slowcoach. It was a very talentful night indeed. Pry did a loop-de-loop in the sky. Boo rolled out a smiley face on the ground. Tad told jokes. Whoops made himself into different shapes. And Whimsy spelled out her name in a cobweb.
Now it was Bill and Ben's turn, and they were very excited.
We have one more performance left, so could the final contestants please step forward, said Weed.
Bill put on the top hat and picked up the wand, and Ben put on the cloak and picked up the magic kit. Then the Flower Pot Men stepped forward.
Good evening, Bill. Good evening, Ben. What will you two be doing for us tonight? Said Weed.
Flubberweed! Flubber-dubber magic! Said Bill and Ben.
You're going to do some magic tricks? Oh, how exciting! Said Weed. When you're ready, let us see some magic.
Bill presented the 3 balls before putting the 3 cups on top of them. Then he waved the magic wand and tapped the cups with it one by one. Flubber-dubber-cadabra! He said. Bill lifted up the cups one by one. Under the first one was Slowcoach's reading glasses. Under the second one was a butterfly which fluttered away. But there was nothing under the third one.
Flubber, look up there!
Said Ben as he pointed up at the sky. Bill knew what was coming, so he pushed Ben to where he was standing and jumped to where Ben was standing and folded his arms and closed his eyes proudly. But another egg still landed on Bill's hat and splattered all over it. Oh.
Whee!
Aha! Flubberlob. Oh, flubber not again, said Bill. Ben was holding in his laughter, but everyone else, except Bill, was laughing, so he let it out. Flubber magical comedy for you, said Ben. Bill tapped his hat with the wand before taking it off and revealing that the balls were on his head. Then he wiped the egg yolk off the hat with his handkerchief. Flubber cup and balls trick, said Bill and Ben as they bowed to their audience while they clapped. Bill walked over to Slowcoach and gave him back his spectacles. Flubberdob slobberlob, he said. Thank you, Bill, said Slowcoach. I was just going to ask if I could have them back. Bill walked back over to Ben and gave him the wand as it was time for the disappearing person trick. Ben pointed to the box with the wand. Flubber-dubber volunteer, he said. Slowcoach, Scamper, Pry, Boo, Tad and Whimsy all wanted to be the volunteer, but Bill and Ben chose Slowcoach. Flubber slobberlob, Flubber come here, said Bill. Slowcoach walked over to Bill and Ben while everyone clapped for him. Ben opened the box for Slowcoach to step into. Flubber-dubber vanish, slobberlob, said Ben. I step into that box and I'll vanish, said Slowcoach. Oh, righto then. I hope this'll be safe. He stepped into the box and Ben closed it. Then he waved the magic wand. Flubber-dabber-cadabra, said Ben, and tapped the box with the wand, opened it up, and Slowcoach had indeed vanished. Everyone gasped. Flubber, where did he go? Said Bill and Ben. Slowcoach had been magic to a lettuce field and was looking around at all the lettuce. Ooh, I don't think I'll be able to eat all that. But it looks so tasty, he said. Slowcoach licked his lips and looked around wondering which lettuce to eat first. Back in the garden, Ben said, Flubber-dabber-cadabra, and tapped the box with the magic wand. He opened it up, and Slowcoach had reappeared, and was looking disappointed. I didn't get one bite of any of the lettuce in that field, he said as he stepped out of the box. Bill and Ben bowed to their audience to tell them it was the end of the performance. Flubber-dub, they said. Everyone clapped and cheered wildly for Bill and Ben, who looked at each other happily. Then they gave each other a high five. At the end of the show, Bill and Ben were declared the winners, and they were later holding the winner's cup proudly. Flubber, well done, Ben, said Bill. Flubber, well done, Bill, said Ben. Well done, both of you, said Weed. Ben handed the cup over to Bill, and they climbed into their flower pots. "Flubber night, Ben," said Bill.
Flubber night, Bill,
said Ben.
Good night, Bill. Good night, Ben,
said Weed as the flower pot men popped down. The talent show had been a great success, and even though Bill and Ben were the champions, they both agreed that at heart, all the competitors were winners.
Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. They've been playing in the garden, playing with their friends. Now they'll be sleeping in their pot